Good evening, everyone. My name is WeiRen. I'm Dolly's grandson. I'm not as prepared as everyone else here, so I'll just share a few fond memories I have of my grandmother. Uh, you know, my grandmother, I think it's safe to say that almost everyone in this room has been touched by my grandmother and has been blessed by her in some way. She's a type of person who really can make everyone feel welcome and feel at home. Even for myself, every time I go to her room, she'll have the aircon on and she'll ask me to, lie down on her bed together with her, and she'll pass me a bit of kacang putih, ask me to eat together with her, any kind of snack she'll have at hand. And it's very welcoming, it's very warm feeling you have around her. And even all her friends, it's almost like every month she will bring a new friend back home and she'll let them sit around, prepare some food for them, and she will bring them to church. And it's just so wonderful to see what a people person my grandma is, and such a great role model that me and my sisters, we have. And also something I really miss about my grandma is, she always prepare any form of food for us, go. Not just for us, she will prepare for, I think most of you here would have tasted her go before. And she loves to, she'll really put all her heart into everything she does for us. She will sit at the dining table for hours and hours, morning till evening, picking out all the bird feathers from the bird's nest, and she'll boil such a delicious and healthy bird's nest soup for me and my family. And she'll give everyone, she's so generous with all of it. Sometimes she herself, she won't take it, just so that all of us will have some. And there's one more thing that I really love doing with her is she'll just, at any time of the day, she'll come to my room, she'll invite me to go around and drive with her for no reason at all. We are not going anywhere, there's nothing to do. She just loves to drive around in her Honda City, and she loves to also have a pack of junk food in the car, on the aircon, listen to the radio. She has this oldies CD that she loves to listen. I think it was her hairstylist who gave it to her. It's all the 60s tunes. And we just love to go radio surfing with her in her car. And there was one time when we came back from this road trip, just me and my grandma. And I don't know why we arrived back home, she parked outside the house. We haven't left the car, and I just had this feeling in my heart, and I just told her, because I've been through my grandfather's death, and it was quite a painful one. He actually suffered for quite a number of months, and so I just had this feeling in my heart. I said, Papa, touch sure lah, but I have this feeling when you pass on, it will be very peaceful. It will be no pain. And I think there's two ways you can see it. You can say, oh no, she really suffered for very long. But I choose to see it like that. I choose to say that what I felt that day, it half came true. Because, the whole 56 days that she was in ICU, we were all just praying for God to heal her, for a miracle to happen, that she will suddenly just jump out of bed, be all energetic and her usual self. But I think what we fail to see here is that the day that my grandma passed on has already been set the day she was born. I believe that it's all in God's plan, it's all written in God's book. That's what I believe. And I think these 56 days, although there was no miracle that happened, suddenly she's cured, but I think it's a blessing to everyone else in this room, her friends, her family, because in that 56 days, God gave us an opening that all of us can come and see my grandmother Dolly do one last time. It gave everyone an opportunity, friends and families from overseas, my sister from Singapore, she managed to come back. And even on the day of her passing, she was able to come back home. And what more, surrounded by her family and her church members. So no, even though there was suffering and there was pain, but what better way to go to live than to have your whole family surrounding you, singing praises to God, worshiping around you, your church members to be surrounding you when you take your final breath. And to me, I just think that that's a very beautiful thought, very amazing thing that has happened for my grandmother. And I think that's truly the way that she deserves to go. You know, we will all miss her very much. I will miss her very much. I don't have many friends, but my grandma is the only one who truly can make me feel like myself. And for that, I just want to thank her for everything she has done for me. Thank you.
Thank you, WeiRen. Surely it's wonderful to just remember all these memories and you can see such an amazing person the late Madam Dolly was. Now we're going to have a time of